Tonight on Season Pass.
We're back, and we're stronger than ever. High school basketball is in full swing. Highlights from 12 area games coming your way. We also recap the 2019 sports season in the Concho Valley. Who cracks the top 5? Stick around to find out. The Angelo State basketball teams also returned to action last week. Highlights from the Janelle Center coming up as well. Buckle your seatbelt. Season Pass Part B. Well, it starts right now.
Season Pass, sponsored by Kelly Grimsley Kia.
Hello, everyone. Did you miss me? Welcome back to Season Pass, your one-stop shop for everything Concho Valley sports. I'm your host, Ryan Reynolds. I missed you guys. I really did. I hope everyone had a great holiday season, a safe one at that. We're just 5 days into 2020. Let me tell you, we already have a ton to talk about. Angelo State athletics is slowly starting to pick back up. We also have highlights from high school basketball. We have a great show in store for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right to it. But first, a little housekeeping. Now, when we left air on December 15th, I realized we didn't share a proper goodbye with 2019, and there's only one correct way to do that. Any guesses? No? Who doesn't love a countdown? We compiled the top 5 Concho Valley sports moments of 2019. Let's close the chapter and say goodbye to a wonderful year.
With 2019 in the rearview mirror, we've compiled the year's top 5 moments in Concho Valley sports. Moments that brought people together, showed that sports are more than just a game, triumphs, comeback stories, and a whole lot more. So let's not waste any more time. Starting with number 5 in Central football, September 20th, the Bobcats, looking to avoid a 1-3 start, coming off an overtime loss to 5A Cedar Park. They bounced back against El Paso Pebble Hills, but it took a rally to do so, an incredible rally at that. Central overcame a 25-point deficit to beat Pebble Hills 44-40. The Bobcats allowed 444 yards in the first half and 6 straight touchdowns. They trailed 34-9 at one point before clawing their way back behind stout defensive play in the second half and a strong 5-touchdown performance from Malachi Brown. The win closed out non-district play for Central, an incredible comeback. Number 4. Who doesn't love a success story? In just its second year of being reestablished as a program, Angelo State tennis dominated the competition in 2019. The Bells finished 20-5 overall, undefeated in Lone Star Conference play. They captured the LSC regular season title, but fell to Tarleton State in the LSC tournament semifinals. To add to it, Angelo State achieved its first ever national ranking, coming in as high as number 12 in the ITA poll. The Bells earned a berth in the NCAA regionals as the number 2 seed before losing to St. Edwards, but their season shouldn't go unnoticed. ASU finished ranked number 17 in the nation, and they earned a slew of postseason awards as a result. Head coach Chris Bizot earned South Central Region Women's Coach of the Year. Valentina Gonzalez nabbed LSC Newcomer of the Year and Player of the Year honors. She was also named Player to Watch by the Intercollegiate Tennis Association. Gonzalez also finished ranked 11th in singles nationally, finishing with an 18-3 record in the number 1 singles spot. A more than successful year for Angelo State tennis. They come in at number 4. Let's keep this train moving, shall we? Number 3, and it's moments like these that warm your heart. September 6th, Trayton Stone, a senior at TLCA, he's battled a rare genetic disorder called Wolff-Heiss-Horn syndrome his entire life, spent most of his first 6 years in a hospital suffering seizures, and now he's scoring touchdowns. Miles versus TLCA, Stone took the first snap of the game and took it all the way to the house for 6. Just a special moment, an example that sports are more than just a game. Fans, players, and coaches from both sides coming together for that one. A dream come true for Trayton Stone. Which brings us to number 2. Even with a new head coach at the helm with Shea Avance, that didn't stop the Eden Bulldogs from winning their first playoff game in 25 years. On November 15th, Eden defeated Gorman 74-62 for its first gold ball since 1994. Junior Hunter Rogers had the game of his life, scoring 10 total touchdowns and racking up 434 total total yards. He also added 10 tackles and an interception. The Bulldogs lost to Jonesboro the following week in the regional round. The Bulldogs finished 8-3 overall, 4-0 in district play, and were District 13 1A champions. No more playoff drought for the city of Eden. And are you even surprised with this one? Nobody in the Concho Valley had a season like the Wall Hawk baseball team. And I'll tell you, June 8th should be made a holiday in the city of Wall after this one. The Hawks captured the 3A state title with a 2-1 win over Blanco, the program's first ever state title, might I add. Luke Young was named championship game MVP, allowing just 1 run on 3 hits with 3 strikeouts. Wall started the season 37-0 before dropping Game 2 to Brock in the regional finals. The Hawks finished the season 39-1, 12-0 in district, their best finish under head coach Jason Schneers. In fact, Max Preps ranked Wall the number 6 small school in the country. Small school meaning a school with less than 1,000 students. Just a dominant season all around for the Wall Hawks, and it ended with a picture-perfect ending. 3A state champions in the top moment in Concho Valley sports for 2019. Just an amazing year for sports in the Concho Valley. Some honorable mentions: both the Angelo State Rams baseball team and the Lakeview soccer teams all had incredible seasons. If you want to read up on them, head over to ConchoValleyHomepage.com. Those are your top 5 moments in Concho Valley sports for 2019. Share with your friends. Debate with your friends. Until next year, for KLST Sports, I'm Ryan Reynolds.
A great year filled with all kinds of moments. 2020 is going to be even better. Coming up on Season Pass, we hit the hardwood for high school basketball. Highlights from the Concho Classic in Eden next after the break.
First 6-function multi-pro tailgate available on the GMC Sierra. Ring in the new year with 0% financing for 72 months on 2020 Sierra 1500 models. Plus, current eligible GM owners get $750 purchase allowance.
Your business is important. That's why we're proud to recognize KLST's small business leaders. Diersky & Diersky has over 250 years of combined real estate sales experience. They know that you're not just looking for a house, you're looking for a home. Concho Valley Door at 610 Arch Street is the leader in garage doors. 658-4146. Servicing San Angelo and the surrounding communities since 1995, Texas Best is your #1 choice for water damage repair.
If you live, work, worship, or attend school in Tom Green County, you can be our member. With our new online loan application, you can visit our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. Offering personal, vehicle, and home loans, we make it easy to get the loan that meets your financial needs. Loan decisions are made locally, so you don't have to wait. We're an equal housing lender.
We're smart enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
When disaster strikes, it can leave you feeling helpless, wondering what to do next. If your home or business has been damaged by fire or water, the first thing to do is call the experts at Service Master by Texas Best. We have the experience and know-how to take your home or business from disaster to done. And if your tile or carpet is dark and dingy, Texas Best can restore that too, bringing back a clean you never thought possible.
When it comes to water damage restoration, Texas Best is Texas Best.
Welcome back to Season Pass. Now that football season is just about 100% over, basketball can take center stage. We had a holiday tournament going on in Eden last week as we pick up action with game number 3. The TLCA Eagles taking on Mason in Game 3 of the Concho Classic, and this one wasn't close. Elijah Pincer can't come up with the rebound. River Rogers takes it away and all the way to the other end. Count it, bucket, and the foul. TLCA up 58-36. Later, this guy can ball. Remember the name, Javon Everett, blowing by all his defenders on the way for the easy score. Eagles extend their lead 60-48 in the fourth. How about one more time for Agent Zero Everett getting the steal and coast in in for the easy lay-in. He finished with a game-high 26 points. Seth Levesque added 12 as TLCA comes away with an easy win. They handle Mason 72-44, the final score. The Eden Lady Bulldogs tipping off the tournament against TLCA. Both teams traded baskets in the first here. Eden up 1. Kate Kirkland, however, knocks down the tray. And the Lady Eagles take a 9-7 lead into the second quarter. Beginning of the second, Natasha Moya dishes down low to Tara Castleberry, and she does the rest. That ties the game up at 9. A few possessions later, Emily Himmeter fires it to Moya. She dishes out to Haley Howard on the wing and buries the triple. Eden up by 3, and they continued to pour on the points in the second quarter here. Himmeter showing off the step-back jumper, so smooth for 3. And then the Lady Bulldogs out on the fast break. Kiana Castleberry makes the Castleberry connection to Tara. Eden led 25-15 at the half and would hold on to beat the Lady Eagles 50-20. Continuing with the Eden tournament, Grape Creek battling Leakey first quarter, and the Lady Eagles get on the board first thanks to great ball movement. Tegan Rivers swings it over to Daphne Vigil. She does the rest, drills the triple with the help from the backboard. That still counts, though. Grape Creek started great from long range. Again, Rivers finds an open Rachel Porter for 3. That's a swish. Cha-ching. Count it. That's money. Grape Creek goes up 6-0 late in the first quarter. Now Leakey would stay in this one. Ashton Warren grabs the board, goes back up with it, gets the bucket with contact and 1. Grape Creek leads 9-4, and they'll pull away. Rivers on the drive, and she's going to show her toughness. Gets the layup to drop. Grape Creek wins a close one. They beat Leakey 30-26. Which brings us to the championship games. The Central JV team taking on Eden for the boys championship. Central led 27-9 at the half, and they continued to play lights out. Good ball movement here. Cooper, Therese to Sellers. He bangs in the triple. Sellers finished with 9 points, all coming from behind the arc. Later, let's continue with the three-point shooting. Ramos over to Wagner. He buries it, throws up the bow and arrow. Central up big. Wagner led all scorers with 16 points in this one. And it's the holidays. You got to have a little fun, right? Ramos gets the steal. Wagner comes away with it. And look at that pass down court over the head to Ramos. He puts it in. Central JV went on to steamroll Eden 57-28. Bobcats are your 2019 Concho Classic Tournament champions. The girls' championship, Eden battling district rival Robert Lee. The Lady Steers defeated the Lady Bulldogs back in November. Eden looking for revenge, and they got out to a hot start. Sophia Reglado dishes it to Tara Castleberry. She gets it to go. The Lady Bulldogs started the game on a 10-0 run, but no quit in this Robert Lee team. Second quarter, Kinsey Puentes with the nice drive and finish. That brought the score to 18-15. Eden with the lead, and that would be the halftime score. Third quarter now, and this is when the Lady Bulldogs create separation. Reglado off at the inbounds, drills the stop and pop jumper. Eden outscored Robert Lee 16-8 in the third quarter, and they'd carry it to the end. Eden never trailed as they downed Robert Lee 43-32 to claim the Concho Classic Championship. Terry Castleberry led the way for Eden with 13 points, while Braylee Hood scored a game-high 18 for Robert Lee. Hey, we're going to take a quick break, but guess what, guys? We are not done yet with high school basketball. When we come back, we have more highlights, so stay tuned after the break.
Time's running out on the final days to get a great deal at Toyotathon. There, now you have a little more time.
During Toyotathon, qualified lessees can lease a new 2020 Camry LE for only $229 a month.
I feel younger.
Toyota, let's go places.
Your business is important. That's why we're proud to recognize KLST's small business leaders. Can do budget rentals. There's no gamble. The pot's right. 1194 Templin Road, 653-3165. Window Depot USA, offering the best replacement windows at the lowest possible price. Call 277-6961. Angelo Pellets Feed Mill, proudly selling Kubota tractors. Stop by today at 1111 North Bell Street.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Oh, you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Time's running out on the final days to get a great deal at Toyotathon. There. Now you have a little more time.
During Toyotathon, qualified lessees can lease the new 2019 RAV4 LE for only $259 a month.
I feel younger.
Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to Season Pass. A couple weeks ago, I mentioned how November and December for high school basketball is meant to experiment with lineups and overall form a team identity. Who are we? That's the question every team is trying to answer early in the season. And you want that answer before the turn of the new year, January. That's when district play starts to heat up and a new season begins. Friday action, the Central Lady Cats taking on Weatherford in a District 3 6A game. Third quarter, tied at 15. Delaney Hester with the bucket and one. She missed the free throw. Lady Cats up 17-15. Fourth quarter now, Peyton Mayberry. She's going to line it up and drain the three. Central up 27-15 now. Weatherford would cut into their lead, but Central kept pulling away. Lila Young driving in the finish. Look at that one. Central, they're going to go ahead and take it 34-27. The Central boys ready to go, but Weatherford started out hot in this one. Braden Carter passes out to his buddy Smith, who drains the three to give the Kangaroos an 8-1 lead. That forces Central to call a timeout, and they would settle in. Tristan Lopez buries the three from the corner. Weatherford's lead cut to just 4, and why not keep the foot on the gas pedal? Raven Ortiz heaves it to Jason Durate. He makes the bucket to tie the game, but the Kangaroos kept their distance in the opening quarter, moving the ball around. Ryan Clark floats it in to put Weatherford up 13-9. Central headed to the fourth with a 45-38 lead, and they would finish on top. Bobcats win 58-51 the final score. Erie and County hosting Water Valley in a District 11 1A showdown, and this was an intense one. First quarter, Erie and County taking the lead. Walston steps up and hits the three. Lady Hornets on top 3-2 after that shot. And believe me, that wouldn't be the only lead change in this game. Erie and County kept it rolling early. Tillman drives from the corner, and the acrobatic shot falls. The Water Valley took over in the fourth. Calista Mitten-Holland fighting. A lot of contact. She gets it out to Grebon, who hits the three. 26-25, Water Valley in front. Next Lady Wildcat possession, it's going to be Sears with the three, and she's going to extend that lead. Those who were at the game know this was a hard-fought game on both sides. Water Valley comes away with the win, 40-30. District play out in the playground of West Texas. Robert Lee, Lady Steers hosting number 25, very best. Second quarter, Zoe Bratcher picks the pocket and goes the other way. She scored a team high 11 points. Very best led 16-9 at the half. Third quarter, more the same. Kennedy Wheelis, the drive and kick to Bratcher. She drills it. That puts Very Best up 19-9. But Robert Lee would attempt a comeback in the fourth. Kinsey Puentes finds Mia Galvan. She throws it up and in. And look at her face. She can't even believe it. Robert Lee only trails by 6. Are they going to come back in this one? But unlike Thor, the Lady Hawks went for the head, and they did it with this dagger. Wheelis to Emily Ward. She nails the mid-range jumper. Very Best takes the win over Robert Lee, 39-29. The boys also in action. Robert Lee battling Very Best. A slow start for both teams, but check out this sequence in the first quarter. Chance Rubel gets the steal in open lane, and then out of nowhere, Lane Fowler gets the strip. The following inbounds for Very Best. A bad pass. Fowler comes away with it, gets the bucket to go with contact. Steers lead 4-1. Fowler getting it done in every way imaginable, which brings us to the second quarter. Seller's shot is off the mark, but Rubel gets the board, and watch this nifty scoop it up. That's going to fall in. Very Best on top, 12-9. And they would start to run away with it. Rubel to Bobby Dunn for the easy score. Falcons, they run away with it. Very Best beats Robert Lee 52-29. To District 4-3A, the Grape Creek Eagles taking on the Ballinger Bearcats. First quarter, Ballinger already up 21-5. Kernchik Manley on the drive. He trips, but somehow finds an open, and Jonathan Delgado, bang, he nails the three. An impressive sequence by the Bearcats. Later, Grape Creek turns it over, and it's going to lead to an easy lay, and Garrett Dixon flips it to Manley. That's a bucket. Ballinger leading by 18 points. Second quarter, Eagles trying to cut into the deficit. Steele flips it over to Penland, who drills the triple. Ballinger's lead cut to 14, and this had it all. Manley pushing the pace. The no-look pass, watch this, and then the rejection by Penaluna. The ball goes all the way to the Grape Creek bench. Ballinger would go on to beat Grape Creek, though, 56-31. Sticking with District 4 3A, TLCA hosting Reagan County. Second quarter, Javon Everett makes a tough layup and is fouled. Free throw would be good to give the Eagles a 6-point lead. Later, Bryson Huffman, he floats this one up and over his defender. That one falls in. TLCA up 21-15. And then just under 4 minutes left in the second quarter, Everett with the easy lay-in. Reagan County led by 2 at halftime, but TLCA gets the job done, 58-47. District play starting to heat up for high school basketball. If this year is like anything else like 2019, time will just fly by. Next on Season Pass, we take a look at Angelo State. What have the Rams and Bells basketball teams been up to? Stay with us.
Angelo Pellets is more than a local feed store. We actually manufacture feed, and our animal nutritionist can create a custom feed solution with our computerized batching system. We offer animal health products, including livestock veterinary prescription products, and we sell horse tack and equine supplies. So come check us out. If you need hunting equipment and supplies, Angelo Pellets has the top brands, like Yeti. And don't forget to stop by our new gun bar. We have what you need. Angelo Pellets, 1111 North Bell Street in San Angelo.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available on a GMC Sierra. Ring in the new year with 0% financing for 72 months on 2020 Sierra 1500 models. Plus, current eligible GM owners get $750 purchase allowance.
What do you want for the holidays? How about Altice Mobile with unlimited data, talk, and text? For just $20 a month for life. That's $20 for up to 5 lines, no matter what. It's the same $20 price per line. Keep your phone and your number, or get a brand new phone. It's a holiday gift that lasts a lifetime. Get Altice Mobile, just $20 a month for life. Visit AlticeMobile.com or visit your local Suddenlink store for the best deals on the latest phones. Altice Mobile.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh, man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's put a ride home.
Welcome back to Season Pass. Angelo State basketball back to action as UT Permian Basin came to town. Both Falcon teams coming in with a good resume, trying to play spoiler, leave the Janelle Center, where they have not played as well as of late, with a sweep of both the Rams and the Bells. First up, the Bells trying to start 2020 with a win. The Bells closed out second quarter on a 14-0 run, kept it rolling in the third quarter. Sawyer Lloyd knocks down the 3, but Megan Guyden caught fire from 3-point range. She drains this one from the corner. Then with 15 seconds left in the third quarter, how about another one from the corner? She was 7 of 13 from behind the arc with 21 points. She left her mark on the Lady Falcons Thursday. UTPB still showing some signs of life, though, trying to gain some ground. Chauncey Thomas driving, gets that finish to go, but the Bells just kept their distance. Sawyer Lloyd, she's going to lay it in on this final play. ASU wins 74-45.
First and foremost, all glory to God. He's the whole reason why I'm here, and the whole reason why I have such amazing teammates. You know, I had a really rough first start coming in, and even when I didn't believe in myself, they sure did. My coaches sure did. So I'm just truly blessed to be able to play for a program that even gives me the opportunity to go out and do something like that.
I'm not that surprised. Megan's a shooter. She made 100 and some threes, shooting 39% at JUCO last year. This is the Megan I was expecting all year. Now, it didn't go maybe perfectly the first semester, but I think this was just her coming out party, and I think this is something we'll continue to see.
Now the men's turn, no Ronald Bell for ASU as the Rams try to start the new year on a winning note. First half, ASU still looking for their first field goal. Paul Williams steps into the three and drills it. ASU trails by 1 thanks to some free throws, but the Falcons would hang with them. Cameron Newsom drives right on in, gets that layup to fall. UTPB leads by 3. Later, Colin Turner's initial shot won't fall, but Andre C. Bargwin stays strong down low, gets the board, and puts that one back. And then right before halftime, Jeremy Hayes, he's going to drive in and gets the high floater off the glass to bounce in. A tough shot for Hayes, but gets it to drop. Rams, they get the win 85-77. The Bells going for their 3rd win in a row and their 8th straight over the Western New Mexico Mustangs yesterday. Angelo State up by 22. Katara Samuel in trouble, passes it to Samantha Rocha, who drills the triple. Her only points on the day extends their lead. Mustangs hanging around with under 2 minutes left. Alicia Martis with the spin move and the jumper, 12 points for her. Western New Mexico trailing by just 12, but no comeback for the Mustangs happening at the Janelle Center. Sawyer Lloyd with a quick pass to Samuel in the bucket. Samuel finished with 18 points. D. Moore added a game-high 27 for the Bells as ASU gets its 3rd straight win, 69-50. The Rams also in action against Western New Mexico, going for their 3rd straight win. First half, Colin Turner coming off that big 27-point night against UT Permian Basin, drives in, gets the bucket with contact. Angelo State out to an early 4-0 lead, but the Mustangs going toe-to-toe. Tony Avalos putting on the moves, nails the turnaround. Jay, Western New Mexico shot 51.6% from the field in this game. Later, Andre C. Bargwin working the post, kicks it out, finds Turner, bada bing, bada boom. That's good. Turner finished with the game-high 21 points. The Rams, they never trailed in this one. They kept it rolling for their 3rd straight win, 92-79 the final. Angelo State returns to action next Saturday against Lubbock Christian. Don't go anywhere. Next on Season Pass, we crown our Player of the Week. We'll be right back.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that.
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or crispy tender sandwich plus tots for $2.99.
Hi, I'm Mike with the Morrison Supply Showroom. Please come and see me for all your Kohler faucet and fixture needs. The Morrison Supply Showroom, 321 North Main Street, right off the corner of Main and Pulliam, a registered Kohler showroom.
With the opening of our 2nd location on Sherwood Way, we offer families a selection of the location that best fits their needs. Serving the Concho Valley with 4 locations: San Angelo, Grape Creek, Robert Lee, and Brock.
Welcome back to Season Pass. Angelo State Rams senior guard Colin Turner is this week's Player of the Week after leading the Rams to wins over UT Permian Basin and Western New Mexico this past week. Along the way, Turner scored 27 points and had 9 rebounds against UTPB, both season highs. He then followed up that performance with 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Colin Turner, this week's Player of the Week.
Player of the Week is sponsored by Southwest Pools and Spas.
It's great to be back for the new year, and just think, anything can happen in 2020. It's up to you to decide what you make of it. I'll leave you guys with that. It's time to close this thing out because we're running out of time. Be sure to visit ConchoValleyHomepage.com to view all of our content. If you missed any of the highlights or want to go back and rewatch them, you can also take all the content on the go with the Concho Valley Homepage app. Make sure to download that from pretty much any app store. We'll be right back here at the same time next week, Sundays at 10:35. Until then, good night, Concho Valley.
Sponsored by Kelly Grimsley Kia.